Hi everyone and welcome to Inside Bristol. I'm your host Sheridan Nichols. Well, up first we've got Maggie Elliott of Believe in Bristol, and she's going to tell us how we can continue to support small businesses until things get back to normal. Here she is.
Hey Bristol, it's Maggie with Believe in Bristol, here to give you the top 10 ways you can support our small businesses in downtown. 1. Post a photo and share a profile. Social media plays a huge role in the success of small businesses these days. Your online support only costs a few minutes of your time and can really help expand the audience and customer base for some of your favorite businesses. So take a second to share a selfie of your fresh cut and color, your new outfit, or that brunch that had you drooling. It's not bragging, it's spreading the word about the great variety our downtown has to offer. 2. Attend an event even online. Whether it's in person or online, just attending an event held by a small business is a great way to support. 2020 was a tough year, and while we think 2021 will be better, we know it's off to a slow start. Trust us, we miss socializing just as much as you. Social and socially distanced events are making a comeback, and as the weather gets warmer, the sweet sounds of outdoor music will fill State Street again. Not quite comfortable with public outings yet? We get that. Did you know many local artists and downtown venues are still hosting virtual events? Check out the Ernest Tube and Border Bash Facebook pages and invite your friends and family to join you for an online concert from the comfort of your own home. Bonus, these events, especially online, are often free. 3. Write a glowing review. One more thing that only costs some time and a couple of clicks. Do you filter by ratings when you travel? We know we do. Online reviews are so important to small businesses. Ratings on TripAdvisor, Google, and even Facebook are often the first thing people read when deciding where to go while visiting from out of town or when thinking of shopping somewhere new. Not only could your positive experience be just the ticket to bring in new business for your favorite spots, but there's nothing like a smile on a small business owner's face when they read a great review or the obvious sense of pride it gives them to share it with their social media followers. 4. Buy a gift card. For you, for a friend, for a family member, or even a coworker, gift cards are a great and easy way to support and share your favorite businesses. Plus, it's the gift that always fits. 5. Get takeout. This one's a no-brainer. Missing your favorite date night dinner spot? Grab it to go, but go ahead and leave your usual dine-in tip. Easy dinner? Check. Support a small business? Check. Stay safe at home? Check. Make a server's night? Check. 6. Support a local artist and or gallery space. Did you know we have several rotating artist displays in downtown? Downtown Bristol is home to a vibrant arts and entertainment district. Local artists regularly showcase their work in downtown locations such as Bloom, Fabric Etc., The Nest at Blackbird Bakery, Elder Brew, and Bristol Station. And don't forget Benjamin Wall's Gallery and a work of art gallery and gifts. 7. Take a staycation. 2020 took a toll on everyone. You deserve a break. Ditch the laundry and work from home clutter for the weekend. We have it too, no shame. And take a little downtown getaway. Travel may still be questionable, but lucky for you, downtown Bristol is home to not one, but 2 beautiful boutique hotels with exactly the plush bedding and convenient amenities your heart desires. 8. Take a class or workshop. Between AR Workshop, Burlap Nest Creations, Killin' Time, pop-up sip and paints at breweries, and Tri-Cities Escape Game, downtown Bristol is packed with fun activities for you and your quarantine crew. Get out of the house, but still keep your circle small. It's a win-win. 9. Grab some locally grown groceries. Did you know State Street has its very own farmer's market? For 6 months out of the year, you can head downtown 1 to 2 days a week and grab local eggs, produce, and even baked goods. Yum. 10. Make a donation to a local nonprofit. There are several wonderful nonprofit organizations that call downtown Bristol home. Some have been an integral part of our community for over 85 years. The Paramount Center for the Arts, the Birthplace of Country Music, Bristol Ballet, Theater Bristol, and yes, Believe in Bristol, are all nonprofit organizations that survive on the generosity of others to continue our service. However, in today's COVID world, traditional fundraising methods like dinners, live auctions, and proms are just not feasible. So here's your call to action. Take some time to make a donation, no matter how large or small. And there you have it. Not as hard as you thought, right? So go ahead and be a local champion. No matter how you do it, make a small business owner's day.
Thanks so much for that information. Don't go anywhere. Up next, some precautions we can take during severe weather. Welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols. And up next, we've got meteorologist Ricky Matthews from WCYB here to talk to us all about what kind of precautions we need to take during severe weather. Here he is.
Welcome into the Storm Track 5 Weather Center. From here, we broadcast to Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia, delivering information to keep you and your family safe. I'm meteorologist Ricky Matthews, and we're going to talk a little bit about severe weather, how it occurs, why it's most likely during the spring months, and of course, what you can do to stay safe during it. With our team of meteorologists, myself, Chief Meteorologist Dave Dirks, Meteorologist David Boyd, and Jessica Burns, we've got over 30 years of experience helping to keep the Tri-Cities safe. During the spring months, our area is in a favorable spot for severe weather to occur, and one of the reasons for that is a lot of moist air surges up from the Gulf of Mexico, placing us in an environment where our moisture levels are sufficient enough to support thunderstorms. When a cold front comes in from the west, it's able to draw in some warmer air ahead of it. And with that happening, the warm air and the moist air combining together with some of the lift and some of the wind shear that occurs when these strong weather systems like cold fronts move through the area can spark summertime storms and springtime storms that often can have some very serious and dangerous weather with them. With severe weather, there's a few words that you need to know. The first one is a watch. That means you need to prepare. Conditions are favorable for severe weather to occur. It's usually the kind of the heads up stage that something may happen down the road. A warning, that's more of the urgent alert. It's time to take action. Severe weather is occurring or expected to occur very soon. This is the stage where you'll start getting a lot of alerts on your phone, sirens may go off, and we'll probably break into television if it's dangerous weather moving in. Now there's kind of two different types of thunderstorms that we get around here. Your run-of-the-mill thunderstorm may put down a little bit of wind or may put down some heavy rain and of course thunder and lightning, but you can also get strong and severe thunderstorms. Now strong thunderstorms are generally the ones that we don't get warnings for, but you may get some heads up with strong thunderstorm alerts. With those, you got winds around 30 to 50 miles per hour, some small hail, generally on the course of around 1/4 inch to 3/4 of an inch, and of course, as always, some heavy rain, which can lead to flooding. Severe thunderstorms, though, those are different. Those are the ones that cause the most problem because they have gusty winds in excess of 58 miles per hour. And you may be wondering, why 58? What's so magical about that number? Well, that is the number through some research studies that they've decided starts to down trees and cause property damage, so warnings are issued when winds get to 58 miles per hour. Of course, hail 1 inch in diameter is also a threat with severe storms, and so warnings will be issued for that as well. And of course, as always, heavy rain is an impact factor that we have to look at when it comes to severe weather. So let's talk about the differences in what we should expect when we get different types of hail sizes. Hail falls out of a thunderstorm and we come in many different sizes, anywhere from around pea size, which we see pretty often, up to dime size, not too uncommon around here, and of course quarter size, which is our level for severe hail. That's the criteria because just like the wind, that's the number through different studies they've decided starts to crack windows and cause problems. Now, when we get into golf ball size hail or tennis ball size hail, you're not having a good day. That's some big hail that can cause some significant issues. Anywhere from the 1 inch criteria all the way to anything bigger, that's what we call severe hail, and that's when a severe thunderstorm warning would be issued. So now that you know what a severe thunderstorm is, how can you stay safe from them? Well, let's take tornadoes for example, and where you should shelter from a tornado or even really any strong thunderstorm or severe thunderstorm that comes through with really, really strong winds. It's always going to be that lowest part of your home, the center part of your home. Oftentimes that's a bathroom closet or a hallway closet. That's a room without windows. If you got a basement, that's great, but a lot of people don't have basements around here. Want to avoid any of those upper level rooms, and especially ones with windows, because those can let in flying debris. Cover your head, use blankets, pillows, or a helmet. Bicycle helmet, motorcycle helmet, football, baseball helmet, they're all great to protect your head from anything that's flying through the air. And of course, mobile homes, while great for low-cost living, are kind of dangerous during severe weather. So you want to evacuate those and find a more substantial shelter. The final step of being prepared for severe weather is making sure you get the weather alert. NOAA weather radios and weather apps like the Storm Track 5 mobile app are the best ways to get notified of incoming storms. Both of those will wake you up in the middle of the night and send you notifications when watches or warnings are issued.
Thanks so much for all that information. Well, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols. Well, up next, we're talking Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and we're going to hear from two ladies from the Branch House Family Justice Center. Here they are.
My name is Lene Hendricks, and I'm the Sexual Assault Response Team, or SART Coordinator for Sullivan County. And I work with law enforcement, sexual assault victim advocates, sexual assault nurse examiners, and the District Attorney's Office to review sexual assault crimes to ensure that victims are receiving the proper services and that cases are being followed up on. I first began working in the field of sexual assault services at ETSU on the Help Sarah grant, which is focused on training sane nurses and raising awareness about the need for sexual assault training and education. I felt so strongly about the importance of improving and expanding services and resources for victims that I knew this was the career path that I wanted to follow. We chose the Start by Believing campaign as the focus for Sexual Assault Month because it's simple to show support, but still incredibly important in changing the culture and beliefs surrounding sexual assault victimization. Research shows that 60 to 90% of sexual assault victims first report the crime to friends and family. And if the reaction is negative, they are unlikely to seek medical or mental health services or make formal reports to law enforcement, which allows offenders to continue offending. Start by Believing just asks that if a friend or family member ever discloses that they have been sexually assaulted, to respond with 3 statements. I believe you, I'm sorry this happened, and I'm here for you. To get involved with this campaign, all we ask is that you go to startbybelieving.org and take the online pledge to support and believe survivors. And to show your support, simply post on social media with the hashtag StartByBelieving and the hashtag BranchHouse to encourage others to start by believing too.
My name is Dawn Smith, and I'm a sexual assault nurse examiner. I received my training through the Washington County Family Justice Center. And the reason that I wanted to take this training was because I noticed that we had a lot of sexual assault victims come in, and sometimes in the emergency rooms they would have to wait hours for someone to present to do the exam. And so I knew that we had a gap, and that was something that we needed to fill. And so that was one of the reasons that I decided to take this training. April of 2021, so this year, marks the 20th anniversary of Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And it is actually an annual campaign, and it is meant to raise public awareness about sexual assault and to educate communities and individuals on how to respond. We're encouraging all of our community members to support people if they disclose to you about sexual assault, or obviously if they have been a victim themselves of sexual assault, we want them to seek help and assistance with that as well. The statistics are pretty staggering. So 1 out of every 3 women and 1 out of every 5 men have been experienced some form of sexual violence during their lifetime. So if you think about the people that's a very large population. And the thing to remember about sexual assault, it is the most underreported crime, and so our victims definitely need our help. The Start by Believing campaign is a campaign, and it is aimed at ending the cycle and the silence and to help support victims. And the biggest thing about that is just believing. Whenever someone discloses to you about sexual assault, a lot of times there's a lot of disbelief and a lot of judgment and guilt and shame involved with that. And the biggest part of the Start by Believing campaign is when someone discloses to you is to just say, I'm sorry this happened to you. I believe you. Thank you for telling me about this. And just to be a supportive person for that victim.
Thanks so much for that information. Well, up next, how to stay safe on a motorcycle. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Inside Bristol. Well, up next, we've got Officer Adam Dye, and he's going to tell us all about motorcycle safety.
One of the things I tell people when I teach the defensive driving class is to always drive looking for motorcycles. And if you're always looking for motorcycles, small vehicles, bicycles, or whatever, then one, you're going to notice them, but you're also going to notice everything else that much more. Just be careful of riding in the blind spot of a vehicle Make sure that you wear your proper protective gear. Be ready for the elements and the weather. Make sure that you wear a DOT approved helmet, something that's actually going to provide you some protection in a crash. A lot of folks like to buy these shorter helmets, and sometimes they'll pull a DOT sticker off of another helmet and put it onto that one. And it doesn't provide you much protection if you get in a crash. Make sure that your vision protection's not scratched up, that it's good and clear and that you can see. This time of year, when there's more motorcycles out because of the nice weather and everything, you do see an increase in motorcycle accidents, either the rider having to down the motorcycle to avoid a vehicle that pulls out in front of them, or even crashing with a vehicle. And motorcycles, just like regular cars, are not exempt from distractions, and I've seen a few motorcycle accidents where the motorcycle has rear-ended another vehicle. And typically, rear-end crashes at low speed are not that harmful to two vehicles hitting one another, but when you involve a motorcycle, then the person or the rider is going to take a lot of the impact whenever they are involved in the crash. One of the things to pay attention to, whether it's a motor vehicle or a regular motor vehicle or motorcycle, the common place, the most frequent crashes and some of the worst crashes happen in intersections. So always be cognizant when you're in an intersection. Motorcycles can, if they pull up to a traffic stoplight, and most motorcyclists know this, they can proceed through a red stoplight once they stop and look both ways, provided that stoplight is a sensor-driven light. If it's timed, they do have to wait. If it is sensor-driven, if there's other vehicles present with them, they still have to wait out the light. So, be careful if you're on a motorcycle and you do make that procedure, that you do look both ways and make sure that it's clear. Another thing that can happen to motorcycle riders when we get into the really hot summer months, and they don't realize as you're riding along, you get that breeze in your face. That's not always going to cool you down enough. You can get dehydrated, overheated, and actually pass out on your motorcycle and end up being in a crash. So be aware of that situation. If you're getting too hot, get off the highway and cool off for a while. Refresh yourself, whatever you need to do before you proceed on your motorcycle. Yeah, I recommend taking safety classes. Right now, those are available online. We don't have anything here locally at the moment, but I was looking today, and there are plenty of online options to take some safety courses as far as classroom type setting to learn some things. And then, of course, when you do get the ability to get out on the roadway, it's always good to ride alongside of an experienced rider and pick up some things. Start out with low speed roads, that sort of thing, before you move up to higher speed, more stressful situations.
Thanks so much for all that information, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.